Hi viewers, this is Ashish from Chennai Times. Today we have here with us Mr. Nawabzada Mohammed Asif Ali, Dewan to Prince of Arcot. Uh, he's a well-known person in the city, one of the influences in the city from the royal family. He's well known as a quiz master. But today he's going to talk to us about uh, music, as in he has recently come out with a music video. So let's hear from him about the musical side of him. How did this happen, and his interest in music and all that. Over to you, sir. Let's hear from you about this music video first. How did this happen?
Hi, Ashish. First of all, thank you very much for having me here. It's my privilege, my honor to be here. Very, very kind of you. So, talking about music, I have always been passionate about various kinds of music. I have never had the uh, any one genre or any one singer or any one artist. Um, as far as I remember, right from the beginning, from when I was in school, I used to listen to various kinds of music in all languages, including instrumental, be it Indian, Western, African, Latin, or even Arabian, anything. So my interest in that kind of musical zone was there right from the beginning. Um, I also had this tendency of making tunes when I was small. I just used to hum tunes and sometimes play on the small keyboard I had. So there was also this option to record tunes in that. So I used to record and play back and put some beats on it and start humming the tune. And that's how my musical interest started, and I got into that zone of music. And then uh, things changed. Things became a little more professional, technically, artistically, meeting people, understanding more about the theory of music, how it's applied, and the whole idea and the grammar of music, they say. So then things turned different, and the end result is the video which you saw. But there's a lot which happened in the middle. I'll tell you as we keep going. Thank you so much.
So, have you really, learned music professionally in any way? Did you learn any of the instruments, piano, or like you said, did you have a chance to go through music theory professionally?
I did learn a bit, but that was after I started playing myself. So initially, I started playing the piano myself. In fact, the keyboard, and in fact, I used to start composing even before I learned music. Then I wanted to learn some theory of music. What are chords and what are notes? What are scales? What are the notations about? All that. So I did learn a bit of Western piano. Then uh, not professionally, but yes, I did learn a bit of Carnatic, bit of Hindustani from different sources. So it's, you can say it's a kind of a medley, kind of learning, and it did help, of course. But then technology also helped a lot. You have many kinds of different software and the platforms where when you start composing, it supports you a lot. So all that helped together. And I used to make a lot of tunes and a lot of songs and keep it in my library. So it was just for myself. So in fact, I used to record with professional singers, some of my friends, and professional musicians. So we used to just record as a hobby. I used to just as a passion. I used to record the songs and keep it. Then my dear friend Abdullah, so he's the one who said you should come out with this music, and he produced a movie in early 2000s. So it was a Tamil movie for the South African audience. So that's where I composed 5 songs, and that's when the professional composing started. So that's when I composed. I recorded with professional singers and musicians. So that happened, and then I met Lucky Ali as a professional. Otherwise, we are related. We are distant cousins. But professionally, Lucky heard my tunes, and Lucky Ali said that you have to make music for me, will you? I said yes, of course. I'll be more than happy to make music for you. Then I made about about 7 songs for Lucky in my studio. So when Lucky used to come to Chennai, stay here for a month, and I made a lot of Lucky Ali songs. And then I mean, this went on. I was making songs for different artists and different singers as a composer. Then I met somebody online from Persia. So he was a Persian musician, and he wanted to collaborate and make Indo-Persian music. So he flew down to India, and then we made Indo-Persian music. This was in about 2005, 2006. So that was made, and then he took the music to Persia, and then that happened. And then I did music with the famous Blase. So Blase and me composed a lot of songs. We used to jam in the nights usually. Spent a lot of time, made a lot of songs with him. Yet to come out. So that's going to be a good surprise. Some good topics going to come out. This was as a musician. I used to compose. I never sang. I mean, I used to sing and record, but just for fun. Then very recently, I was playing a tune on the piano, and it was more like a guitarish tune. So that hook, phrase of what I was playing, so that I built on it. I made a song out of it, and then I thought, why not make a complete song out of it, where I can sing myself. So I took help of my friend Shafi, and Shafi and his friend Shahid Madrasi and myself, we sat and we wrote the lyrics. Then I sequenced the song. I made the song. I had amazing musicians play tracks like bass guitar was played by Keith Peters, guitar was played by Keba Jeremiah.
Keba.
And then Keba. And the arrangement was done by my very, very good friend Kadri Manikant. So this was an amazing team. And then I sang. So that was, I tried my voice. It sounded good. So that's how the song Raaste happened. And then we went to the Middle East. We shot the video there. So Raaste is about journey in life. So it's just a kind of a motivational song where it talks about walking with courage, trying to reach your destination, overcoming hurdles, walking with strength, and all that kind of thing. It's a motivational, inspirational song. So even in the video, you'll see me walking and here and there in the desert, on the highway, and all that. So that's how Raaste happened. And before the video, we had AR Rahman here at Amir Mahal. So we had dinner here. So after dinner, I told AR that you should listen to my song. So I played Raaste for him, and at that time he loved the song. He said it's a nice song. After the video was made, and AR has been a great inspiration for me, right from his first movie. It's been a great inspiration in me composing music. I mean, his style was very different and very fresh. So I'm still a big admirer of his. So after the video was made, I called AR. So I told him, Rahman, brother, you have to, see the video and you have to launch the video. And I can't think of any other person but you to launch my music video. And brother AR Rahman was very kind. He immediately said, yes, I will launch it on my social media platform. And he launched it on Twitter, and he launched it on his Facebook and other social media platforms. And that's how Raaste happened. And by God's grace, it's doing well on YouTube. You can see it. I'll send the link to you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So tell us about more about working, collaborating with Lucky Ali and Blase and all of them, and what have been the takeaways collaborating with each of them, and at what point of time did you collaborate with these people?
Collaborating with Lucky Ali, as you said, was a very different experience, because I used to compose music as a passion, of course, as a big passion. It's not like a commercial thing I'm doing, but yeah. So the style of composing, the style of sequencing, what I do, the style of recording, is my own style. So we do tracking, and I do my. So every musician has his own style of doing it. But when you collaborate with somebody, so we have to adjust with their style also. So when I met Lucky, and we collaborated, and when I learned that his style of recording, his style of singing, his style of the whole idea of music is very different from what I'm doing. So I had to adjust, and like very happily, in fact, I learned a lot from him. So the way he sings, uh, his words, his phrases, his voice modulation, and how I have to adjust my musical tracks according to how he has sung. So it's a very different experience. I mean, I need a lot of time to say exactly how and what things happened, and uh, how when we record the tracks, it sounds different. Then when Lucky Ali sings, the tracks sound different. So I have to change certain tracks to fit to his voice. So all these kind of things, technical things, I learned a lot, and it was an amazing experience. So that was awesome. And Blase is an awesome, amazing, I would say instant, singer. You give him a beat, you give him a rhythm, and words start to flow from him on the spot. There's no thinking. You tell him a topic, and he starts flowing. Words and the tune and the singing on the spot. Of course, here and there, small changes happen later, but when we write, it just flows from him. I'll tell you one instance when Blase and myself, we packed up for the night, and this was about 1 a.m. or 1:30 a.m. We were standing out near the car, and we were just, talking, and I was humming a bass line in my mind. So I just sang the bass line, just the bass phrase. And Blase said, "Man, keep going, don't stop, keep going." So I was humming the bass line, just the same phrase again and again, again and again, like a loop. And Blase said, "Okay, I'm getting words for this. Um, keep going." Then he started, saying the words. So I got inspired by the words, and I said, "Okay, Blase, let's do a song called Paisa." So Paisa is the topic. Paisa is like money. So let the word Paisa be there, and the song is in English. So the lines are in English, and the word Paisa comes. We came back. So actually, he was supposed to go to his house, and I was supposed to go to bed. So we came back to the studio. I recorded the bass line on my sequencer. I started the recording, gave him the mic, and he sang the whole song of Paisa. And the chorus, we didn't know what to do for the chorus. So usually it's him or some group which sings the chorus. So we just left it at that. So we recorded the first verse and second verse. Next day afternoon, I saw some kids playing cricket outside the building, about 8-10 kids. I got an idea. Okay, let's make the chorus and let's make the kids sing the chorus. And these are kids who are playing cricket outside. So I called all of them, about 14, 15 years old. So I told them, "Boys, this is the tune, this is the beat, just sing what I'm singing." So I sang and they repeated. I said, "Go to the mic." I put the beat, they sang. So it's beautiful. Verse 1, Blase, and chorus by the kids. Then the music. Verse 2 is Blase again. Then the chorus by the kids. So it's a beautiful song in the making. You listen to it soon.
So when was this all done?
Yeah.
Was it pre-COVID, or did
Yeah.
you record all this during the lockdown?
No, it was much before that, much before COVID happened. But I want to tell you one very interesting incident, which happened much before all this. In fact, about more than a decade ago. So when I made a nice, romantic number on the piano and a nice soft beat, and my friend Abdullah, as I said, he heard this track and he said that this has to go for a movie, for his movie. Then I said, okay, this song has to be sung, and it's in Tamil, so it has to be first, written. So I called my friend Pa Vijay, the lyricist. So he wrote the song, and I told Abdullah, so this song has to be sung only by S.P. Balasubramaniam and nobody else. So we have to get SPB to sing this song. So Abdullah said, yeah, good idea. So we called his office, and SPB sir was kind enough to accept it. And I couldn't believe. So it's something which I created, and SPB sir is going to sing. So we fixed a date, and I was waiting, and SPB arrives, and he walks in the studio, and the first thing I told him, sir, it's my honor, it's my privilege to be working with you, and it's a bigger honor that you're singing a song which I have composed. So he said, no, no, you're the captain, you're the composer. I will sing as you tell me to sing. So humble of him. I said, sir, I will change the track, I will change the music as per your singing. I mean, he's a legend. And he smiled. So he sat next to me, and I had the piano in front of him. And he said, please play the tune. So I played the tune, and he said, give me the words. So he was following the words, and he was asking me doubts here and there. Then he said, okay, I'm ready to go for the take. So he went to the voice room. And usually for any singer, it's not like the olden days where the full orchestra plays and the singer sings along and the whole track, rehearsed, and then the take happens. Obviously, these days it's all, computerized, and even if the singer makes any mistake, any error, we stop there and we tell them, okay, go back, sing that line again. So every singer, at an average, they do multiple takes to sing any mistake again. But when SPB went to the mic, I expected about maybe maximum about 4 takes at an average. So at least 2 or 3. He went. I said, sir, recording starts. One shot, one take, song was over. Not one error, not one pitch error, not one rhythm error. Perfect, with style, much more than what we wanted. So, and he asked me, is that okay? Should I do one more take? I said, sir, this is the best take. Please come back. So he came to the control room, and something much better happened then. He said, it's a very simple song. I like it very much. And these days, it's very difficult to make a simple song. And he told me, if you don't mind, I want to do a kind of an a cappella after the song. So just some kind of humming or some voice without words, but the same tune. So he liked the tune so much. So he told me, give me one pitch up, so one key up. So after the song is over, I will sing this. If you want to keep it, you keep it. I said, of course. So he went back to the voice room, and he did his beautiful humming. And of course, I kept it in the song. So that was called Unbe Unbe. So that song, that was a fantastic experience. So I have worked with various artists.
So this
right from
this has
SPB.
come in a movie.
Yes, this has come in a movie called Nale, not the Nale which released here. This Nale released in South Africa for the Tamil audience there.
Okay.
So my job was to make the song and give it to the producer. So we recorded here. We gave it to the producer and director. So they were from South Africa. So they took it there, they released there, and it was also on the radio all over there, and in fact even in the UK. So this is how it happened.
And this was sung by SPB.
Yes, of course, it was sung by SPB. Yeah. So it's an awesome experience. You work with different singers, different musicians. You learn a lot. So every day it's like a new learning in this field, in any field, in fact.
So what made you really think of, actually finally coming out with your own voice in this video? All this while you've been working with a lot of other artists. So what made you think that, okay, this is the song that I want to really sing?
So how it happened is, when I make a tune, so usually I hum it first. So I sing it first. And I know that, so I have somebody in mind. So if it's SPB, okay, SPB is going to sing. So I hum it, and it is next SPB on the final track. Similarly for even for Lucky, so I hum it first. So when I'm making the tune, I hum the tune, sometimes with some kind of dummy words or something, and I have Lucky in mind. So when I made Raaste, I didn't have any singer in mind. So it was just me. I was just humming it, and I guess I like my own voice for for that tune. So I said, why not? So it's going to be replaced by me. So I tried recording it. It sounded good. Then I went for the final take. It sounded nice to me. I don't know how it sounds to you.
Yeah, it sounds really good, sir.
So, thank you so much. So that's how it happened. When you hear your own voice, you know that you have to learn a lot. So I have to go a long way in this. But whatever has come out, it's good product. Thank you so much. So when Raaste happened, um, the imagination which I had in mind was to do a video in an open area, in a desert, on a highway, because it's Raaste. So Raaste has no limits. Raaste is way. So it's the song is on way of life. So we didn't know where to shoot this. So where we'll find highways and deserts and open seas and stuff like that. So I spoke to my cousin Hasnain Ahmed, uh, who recently launched the Colors of Arabia photo exhibition. He's an awesome photographer and an amazing cinematographer. So I told Hasnain that we have to shoot this somewhere where we have open space. So let's go to the Middle East. So myself, Hasnain, my cousin, uh, Fahad, Shabaz, Surbi, other friends, all of us actually went for a holiday come shoot. And we were helped by our cousins and friends in the UAE, Rehan, Omar, and all these people. And so that's how it happened. So it was not exactly what we planned, but it was much more than what we imagined. So after we went there, when we saw the space, when we saw the open desert, when we saw the sand dunes, when we saw the palm with the open sea behind it, we got new ideas to get the camera angles, and the way Hasnain directed and shot the video is awesome. I would say it's international level. So the sound and the visuals go together. That's very important. Thank God, thankfully, it blended well, and what you see is a hard work of many people behind it. So it's a teamwork, I would say, and I'm glad it came out nice. Thank God for that. Another thing very important I would like to say is that always I thank the Lord for whatever blessings we have in this life, and my parents for their continuous support in whatever I do. My brother Nasir Ali always been supportive to me, giving his advice, his opinion. I ask him for opinions, and my wife and my children for all their support. They've always extended to me. So I'm thankful for to all these people and all my friends for always being there for me. Good friends. So that's very important.
Thank you so much, sir. It was good listening to you about your musical experience. Finally, coming out with a song, which is sung by you. All this while, you have worked with several artists and finally decided to come out with your own voice.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Ashish.